That's why you got to be so careful around the Gold Coast, because there's lots of hot chicks around. So it doesn't only just distract me, it also distracts all the drivers around the place. So they're distracted and they just change lanes trying to like get closer to the chicks to get a better look. And they can take you out, man. Some serious shit. I'm not joking around here. I mean, who doesn't like a perv? You know, who doesn't? See where we are now. This is Labrador. I'm Philly, your tour guide. This is the Broadwater, and Surfers Paradise is down there. There's a couple of really big towers, like 80 stories or something, right in the middle of all that. But I'm going over there. Oh, it's obviously not through the water. I'm going around. See where all those white sails are in the distance? See if you can make that out. That's where the Marina Mirage is. Fishos. So I'm going to cruise around here. And then I'm going to go troll the car park at the Spit, which is even further up, and try and find my missus. Pretty sure she brought her car, not her friend's. Imagine that. Imagine if I spent like half an hour looking for her car. She's not even there. Always forget about that speed camera there. I don't even know what the speed here is. Like 50 or something. Whoop, 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 whoop. Oh guys, I guess what I'm saying about the 300 then, I didn't really talk too much about it, but it's a good bike, man. Like, you can't expect a whole lot of power. Like, I had one or two people message asking me if the 300 was too much power for a learner. So I would say no, definitely not. Definitely not. It's what every learner bike should be like. Because anything less, I just feel that you'd outgrow it too quick. So it's kind of pointless, really. I mean, it served a point, you know, it's taught you how to ride, but I don't know if I should split this or not. You know, it's taught you to ride, it's done its job, but what good is a bike that you outgrow in like a month? You know? You definitely won't outgrow a 300 in a month. I still haven't outgrown it, you know? I wouldn't say that. I want something quicker, but I wouldn't say I've outgrown it, because I can still have heaps of fun on this bike. I think when you outgrow something, it's like when you get to the point where you're like, oh man, I hate riding this bike, it's so slow. Like, you know? Like I remember, I used to enjoy riding my scooter, even a little 50 banger. I rode the scooter to the Q ride to do my course, and because I'd ridden the 125 a little bit and I'd ridden dirt bikes, I knew how to ride. So I went and did the Q ride, and I spent a day riding their I think it was like a CB 400, or is there a VRF 400? Is that it? It went alright, man. Like, it had plenty of torque, more torque than this thing. And when we got out on the street ride at the end of the day, I was having great fun. I was like, wow, this is awesome, you know. I just wanted to flog the tits off this thing, but I couldn't because I was being tested. So, you know. But I was having a lot of fun. And then at the end of the day, I got back onto my 50 banger, the scooter. And it really was hard to ride it, man. All the fun was gone, absolutely gone, because it was so insanely slow. Brake test. So that's, you know, and that's what I think, it's just when you've outgrown something. should come down here. Like I didn't have this bike in October, but every October we have an Indy down here. I'll bring the bike down next time. It's really good atmosphere down here when Indy's on. And how much of a good boyfriend am I, hey? Such a romantic bastard. Coming down here to surprise my girlfriend. Oh, it's actually a pretty decent ride the way I went. Like, decent as in long, because I got off the freeway way too early. Back in the day with the car meets, we'd all come down to the spit and park up, get our pre-race chats on. This guy's a radar right here, eh? No. And then we'd all be driving out, and the cops, they'd be setting up defect station like along here, and they'd line you up. There'd be like, no joke, like 20 cars lined up. And they'd be letting some leave, obviously, but occasionally they'd add to that 20. And you wouldn't be able to leave, because if you tried to leave, they'd stop you. So, and you had to wait, no joke, like an hour and a half to get a fine. It was infuriating. And you weren't even doing anything wrong, like, you know, yes, you were breaking the law, your exhaust was a little too loud, or maybe your car was sitting a bit low, or something stupid like that. It wasn't anything bad, and you had to sit there waiting while they went over the car in front, and then the one the second, and then the third, and they made their way to you just to tell you, oh, you know, your pod filter's not enclosed or whatever, so they hand you a fine and some demerit points. And then, you know, with all that shit going on, I don't know, the cops wonder why they're hated. Like, it's just bullshit. Hey, we're coming up on the spit, so hopefully I'll find her car, and then I find her. Otherwise, still a journey. I always enjoy riding more when I'm on some kind of a mission, you know, like there's a reward or a goal or something to reach at the end, or even, it doesn't have to be much, you know, it can be like a dinner mission. Gonna get some of that chicken. There she is, eh? Can even get a park like right next to her. Booyah! There's my little bubby's whip. I might just, yeah, I'll leave it right here. I don't like parking in too far, you know, because then someone comes flying around a park and they take your bike out. Still haven't found her yet, but lucky we're not down in Surfers because the beach is packed out there, so I haven't got a chance of finding her here. Although she's here somewhere because I found her car. She said she was near the fish show and she's not here. Trying to find this woman. Got a hold of her on the phone. She's like, oh, I'm to the right of like this and to the left, and I'm saying, is that north or south, you know? I'm here doing circles. You can't say like, oh, it's to the right of this. Yeah. And then she asked me, right, we're on the east coast of Australia, and she asked me which way is north and south. I mean, look at it. we're on the east coast of the country, so obviously that way's east. So obviously that way's south, and that's north. Oh, women. Bloody women.